That's swinging plus dangling. Now everybody swangling. That's swinging plus dangling. It's the Swanglin Show, episode 16, special Red Flags edition. Going down is Joshua P. Dunn in the building. Today I got my guy Nucleus, top left corner, representing YFGM Lifestyle hoodie on. In the bottom left corner, I got my guy, Mr. Grips, Vice Grip, representing South Florida, member of the conspiracy family. And then on the bottom right corner, we got Mr. Robbie fucking Digital, conspiracy family for life. What's up, Rob Digital?
What's going on, man?
Vice Grip, the first ever three-time guest of the Swanglin Show in history, is in the house right now.
We're gonna do that a lot more if I keep popping up on these things.
Hey, you're gonna eventually be the 10-time guest on the Swanglin Show. That's probably destiny. So we're gonna cut right into it. Rob Digital's got the super dope Jason Voorhees t-shirt on right now. If you see that shit, you gotta go.
Yeah, this was just, I did like a test when I first got my sublimation printer. It's a pain in the butt to put sublimation on dark garments, cotton garments. So you have to like print it on top of a white vinyl. And I had never done it before. So I figure I make myself a couple of t-shirts, you know.
Hell yeah.
Worked out.
Yeah. Get your t-shirts made by Rob Digital, Digi Design, custom apparel. If you look that up on Facebook, you can go spend some money with the dopest cat in the room, Robbie motherfucking Digital. So it's the Swanglin Show. Rob Digital's never been on the Swanglin Show before. Kyle, if you have one piece of advice for a new guest of the Swanglin Show, like Robbie Digital, what do you give him?
Don't hold back, swangle profusely.
Swangle profusely. That reminds me of a time when we were in a hotel elevator in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Rob Digital got caught trying to conceal what was like a 1 gallon bottle of cranberry juice. And he told the lady he got UTI. I was there.
It just happened. It happened so fast, man. I don't know. She asked me what it was for, and instead of being like, "Oh, you know, we're making mixed drinks," I just told her straight up, "I got a UTI." What up? She's like,
Wow.
"Oh, okay." Yeah,
And that's a red flag when somebody's lying.
That's a red flag.
Major
Yeah.
red flag, and that's the topic of discussion today on the Swanglin Show. Is I know all of you guys that are in here have saw that shit at like social media. You always see people making these posts now about posting the red flag, which would be like a major turnoff in a dating scenario or something like that, to where people are like broadcasting what they would say are their major don'ts of personal relationships, right? So, Vice, if you were getting to know somebody, and what is the number one red flag for you where you wouldn't be able to fuck with somebody?
The number one red flag for me, if I'm getting to know somebody, I don't like to be around narcissists. So if the chick is just like in love with herself, like, you know, takes a lot of, I know girls take a lot of selfies, and people in general take a lot of pictures, but you know, if she was like overly on her phone or overly talking about herself and didn't really show any kind of, you know, like when you're on a first date, second date, third date, you're trying to get to know the other person. So like, I mean, shit, if the girl's on a date with me and all I'm talking about is myself and I'm not asking her no questions or getting to know her, that should be a major red flag. So to me, like narcissistic tendencies, being too self-involved is my biggest red flag.
Kyle, shoot it to you.
What's up?
We're shooting that same question right to you.
Oh, sorry, I cut out. He's got a pretty small form of narcissism. I would say bash an ex. If I like, it's one thing that, because everyone has an ex that was crazy, but like when they're overly bad, then worried about what I call triangulation. They're like essentially trying to make you gel the protein. The is a red flag.
Well, you're French Canadian, so we're gonna have this fucking conversation with the man Robbie Digital in the building. So I know Rob Digital is kind of a Casanova type cat. Look at his hair. He disappeared from the screen, but when he pops back up, look at that luxurious ass hair Rob Digital's got. You know that this dude's been in a relationship before. What's a big major turnoff for you, Rob Digital?
Well, I feel like I used to be a red flag. You know what I'm saying? So there, I don't know, man. There's so many red flags, and you get older, and you've been through so many different relationships. It's to the point where like red flags are almost you pick up on them instinctively. Like it just you don't even have to stop and say this is a red flag. You just know it. You know what I mean? It can be an energy, it can be the way somebody acts, but like I think the whole narcissist thing and being full of themselves kind of thing, that's a huge red flag because, you know, in a relationship, when you first start off, you're like letting a lot of stuff slide. You're just like so into each other. And then later on down the road, when you start having arguments and bickering and stuff like that, that's when those red flags start to come into play, especially with the narcissism shit, because it ain't never their fault. They don't ever do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But the phone thing is a big thing for me too. Like I'm not perfect, but like when I'm, you know, if you're with somebody and they're constantly on their phone and half listening to you, like they're obviously not interested in you or what you have to say. And some people, their whole life revolved around social media and their phone, and it's like you can't really build a relationship with somebody like that.
Now, Marinated Mitch.
Another one too. And then, hey, what up?
What's up, Bobby V?
What's up, man?
Ain't seen you in a minute, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. You look good, man. What's new?
It's reuniting. What is that? A reunion of sorts on the Swanglin show.
That's it, reunited. It feels so good.
And Marinated Mitch. Now, Mitch, welcome to the Swanglin show, episode 16. You're gonna give Vice a run for his money on multi-time guests, because now Marinated Mitch is a multi-time guest on the Swanglin show. So we're talking about red flags in relationships. What is a major thing for Mitch Millions that's a no-go?
Red flags to me in females or in a relationship. I don't know, just some people you can tell that they were broken. They haven't healed properly. When you first meet them, I don't know. It's weird sometimes. Like they'll be overly about you and want to do everything you want to do, and they're not showing you none of what they like to do, you know. And you build up, like you said, and you get in a relationship with them, and they don't like to do none of the stuff that you thought they knew or they pretended they liked to do, you know. And so now you got to try to come up with something to, you know, get her to talk about what she likes to do. Like when people aren't healed, it shows, you know. And if you're not the type of person that, you know, I want to help try to heal her, and then it's a red flag. Just boom, you gotta get up out of there, you know. Or if you're a person that's healing yourself, you know. And like me, you know, I go out and I talk to people and I just try to see what type of level they on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about I want to be with you, none of that. I gotta talk to you first to see if I see any red flags, you know, whether or not you can communicate, you know, just a normal communication, you know what I'm saying? Whether or not you're all about what I'm saying and you're not just, you know, letting something come in and come out, you know.
Now,
but there's so many red flags. Oh my goodness, you just got to pay attention, man.
yeah, I agree. But there's also tons of green flags too, and that's another thing we're
going
to transition into Swanglin show. But I have to stop at this moment. Hearing Mitch talk about the give your insight on this. It kind of led me to this question that I got to redirect to Kyle, Nucleus Holsinger. Have you healed?
No,
You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy, I want to point out something that you said about people acting, they're doing what they think you want them to be.
It's because you're meeting their representative first.
We call it I call that like a relationship chameleon. You know what I mean? And so when you were talking about that, I resonated with that because I've been there before with a person like that. I have not fully healed. I was close. But like there's times where I'm so pissed off, man. Like there's certain things that rub me the wrong way about it, and it's because there's kids involved. If it would have been a normal relationship that didn't involve kids, I would have been able to process it differently. But when you have to trade these people off with an individual, then you know right. It doesn't necessarily just get to heal as easily because the other co-parent may rip off a few old wounds, rip up on a few old wounds now and again. But on a whole, I would say yes. And I'm at a position now where I can help others that are like earlier in the process of the whole thing and like guide, like, you know, give them some hope and say, hey, it can be better, can co-parent better, you can be, it will get better than the beginning. There's light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to family play.
Now, you're talking about, since you're in a scenario that's like a long term where you got some kids involved and shit, right? There's several people on the Swanglin show that can't really attest to those type of scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't all have kids now. Marinated Mitch, is that something that you agree with what Nuke just said?
And it's hard when you have kids, man. Like me, I grew up without a father, you know what I'm saying, in the household, and I don't want that necessarily for my kids, you know. And me and my kid's mother, we live in separate houses and stuff, but I make sure, you know what I'm saying, that I do specific things, you know what I'm saying, I have to, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, you got to get along with that person. You know what I'm saying? That's your kids' mother. And I mean, you want your kids to see the happy side of her also, you know, or the best of her. And so like, and it's just a battle back and forth of me trying to build her and her trying to, you know what I'm saying, so that the kids don't see that. But not everybody has that, you know. Some people, they don't get to see their kids, and the baby mama controls everything, you know. Yeah. And that's what makes me so humble to, hey, you got to sit down, you got to listen, because you don't want that. You know, you don't want somebody else raising your kid, you know what I'm saying? And it changes you, man. It changes me. Like, kids change everything about me, bro. You know, y'all all knew who I was before then. Like, I'm a totally different person now. You know, now I think about shit before I do it, you know, and if my kids are present, I think 3-5 times, because I'm always judging myself, because I don't want to set that role model lead for them to go to try to do the exact same shit that I did, you know. And just, man, kids all around, man. It's a beautiful thing. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. Like, they saved my life, but when I say it makes everything more difficult, every decision you make is way more difficult, and especially with the baby mother. Like, especially.
Well, that's the way that it should be. You know what I'm saying? And now on the Swanglin show, we got another multi-time guest in the house representing stepping straight up out of Nunu's kitchen. CJ De Niro is in the house. What's up?
What up, CJ?
Hey, what it do?
Shit, I forgot all about this shit, man. I was on the couch playing Grand Theft Auto with my lady.
Shit. Well, this is the Swanglin show, episode 16. And since it's Conspiracy Family always in the building, we're talking about red flags in relationships. I need to know, CJ De Niro, what's the #1 red flag?
Shit, I can go off my last relationship for all the red flags. Just the motherfucker that's not willing to listen or not willing to, you know, compromise. And shit, yeah, just really not really willing to listen. It's their way or no way. That's a huge red flag right there.
Well, it's been a multiple conversation point up to this point, before you got onto the call about people being narcissistic and not being open and willing to change. So on the Swanglin show, we're about making some epic fucking change happen. We're about having this big tsunami of change happening. So it breaks down to this moment. Rob Digital, right now, what's it going to cost for you to cut your hair? What is it?
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So
Hey
I've been wanting to chop my hair off for a little while, actually, bro. Like
Oh,
it's a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. That shit's flying in your mouth when you're driving down the road. When you're eating your food and your hair. You can't just get up out of bed and go do some shit. You got to get around. If your hair's too wet, you go to put it back. It looks bad. It's got to be the right amount of dry and wet combination. Like it's a pain in the ass. And let me show you something real quick. Let me take the phone over to my little station here. So when I'm over here and I'm making t-shirts and I'm using this vinyl, it's got a sticky surface when you're making the design and weeding out the vinyl, and my hair will catch on that shit. And sometimes I don't see it until I press the design on, and then I end up with a t-shirt with a hair underneath of the whole design, and that costs money.
Yeah.
Because I got to redo that shit.
I think that there's got to be some type of like fucking Buffalo Bob weirdo motherfucker that's a fan of the Swanglin show that maybe would like to be involved in some type of raffle, some type of ticket purchase or something to try and get like a Ziploc bag full of that fucking hair. So if you're listening and that's what you're interested in, we're going to bring you back onto the Swanglin show and see what it's going to take for you to get a lock of Rob Digital's hair.
Yeah.
Well, episode 18, episode 19.
Yeah. You know what? And I haven't looked into it, but I know there's a couple different places that you can actually donate your hair for wigs and shit for kids with cancer, shit like that. So I was actually thinking about doing something like that, man. I mean, if it comes down to it and I chop my shit off, why not, make some kind of use out of it for somebody? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. You're a fucking philanthropist and very well spoken. Kyle, if you shave your beard, would you donate it? Can you donate your beard?
Dude, if I can find a way to get some use out of anything, sure, why not? I mean, if I had to grow it that long, then that's long. Cause I know for locks of love or whatever it is, you gotta grow out your hair to like it's an extended length before they can cut it to use it for stuff, which you're probably close to. But yeah, dude, I guess I would donate it. I mean, I don't have any problem. I mean, I guess same thing for when I go, dude. You could donate my body to some necrophiliac. I really don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'll donate it all. At that point, dude.
Nuke, I would fuck the shit out of your dead body, bro.
You are more welcome because at that point I'm fucking long gone. Another dimension. You can mess with that. Do not give a fuck.
I'm just gonna. That's a red flag.
That's
a black
major red flag.
That's a red banner flag. That's a big body flag.
So the Swanglin show is now back and live and in full force, right? So we're going to be doing a bunch of these episodes where we're chopping it up about all different types of subjects, about, what I'm saying, pretty much everything under the sun, and try and bring some game and some insight to the people that want to take the time to listen to the Swanglin show. So we just did the Conspiracy Family Thanksgiving episode number 15 that you can peep out on all of the favorite channels and all that shit where you listen to anything that's there. You just got to search for it, the Swanglin show. One person that was major missing from the family Thanksgiving, CJ De Niro. We got to revisit right now. What was the best side on your Thanksgiving dinner plate?
Man, I'm trying to think. What the fuck all did I eat?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, man, it was my greens, man. It was my greens. My greens this time around. Because I went to my girl's brother's house first, and it was the mashed potatoes there. The mashed potatoes and the gravy was fire. And then the greens when I went down to my mom's house. Because we got there kind of late, so shit, everybody already ate and shit, so my greens were still warm because I had them bitches in the Instant Pot. So the whole trip we was traveling down there.
Just smelling them the whole way there.
Oh yeah, whole way.
Hey,
Yeah,
CJ,
it had to be greens.
I'm gonna have to try some greens that you make, man, because I've had them a couple times and I really didn't care for them. So people always tell me, you know, you
Gotta have some black folks make them.
Yeah,
you
black
gotta
people
have
making the
somebody
greens.
make it right.
Gotta get them greens from CJ.
Here's the crazy part though. The recipe that I use, my homeboy, he told me about it. And it's this chick I used to work with, this white woman. She came up with this recipe. Shit fire as fuck. Like I throw my spin in there, but I add what she did was she would soak them, like she would have them bitches cooking down in hot sauce. So the red hot sauce. And nigga, ever since I've done that, them shits come out fire.
That sound fire.
So yeah, I can't say it's for black people greens, because this was a white woman who made these greens.
White woman did this.
So, it's just about the right person cooking them bitches that's gonna make it fire.
Right.
And I can attest
Yeah.
to those greens that you can get if you're in the Findlay, Ohio area at Nunu's Kitchen. This motherfucker right here in the bottom right corner, CJ De Niro's got the firest, the most fire food that's in the area. You got to shop Nunu's Kitchen in Findlay, Ohio. That's a lock. For all them greens, the macaroni and cheese, chicken wings, you are the king of the wings.
Yeah. Everybody's saying that, man, saying we got the best wings in town. So I'm good with that.
That's a big statement, bro. I'm definitely gonna have to try the wings. I love wings.
Take that.
Man, it all be looking good. The pictures you be posting, bro, that stuff be glistening and
Appreciate it.
Best wings I've ever had. Nuno's Kitchen.
Man, appreciate it.
Okay, so what we're gonna do at some point is we're gonna do a special Swanglin episode, the chicken wing edition, King of the Wing tournament. You know what I'm saying? And,
we can do that.
We're gonna compare all them sauces that you got going, because you always got some type of crazy sauce coming out. What's the sauce right now?
Right, the one, but shit, I'm out of it now. It's the sweet peach Crown Royal.
Sweet peach Crown Royal fucking chicken wings.
That sounds fine.
And then the other one that everybody been getting a lot of is the hot honey lemon pepper. That's been the big seller right now. Yeah, that's been the big one. And then the DC Mambo dipping sauce, that shit fire too.
I just kind of wanted the air to be dead silent while you were saying that, so you could just keep going like, yeah, bitch. I got the
motherfucking sauce, guys.
I got the motherfucking barbecue.
About the sauces, man. Like I be telling these motherfuckers, like I got the Anything's Possible. I'm gonna bring that one back. But I've been told people like, man, the thing about the Anything's Possible, because I actually go get the Henny, and that Henny ain't cheap. That shit ain't cheap. So shit. Because I don't drink that shit no more. I'm done with Henny. Yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't had Henny in a long time.
Man.
So
I don't even know why I was drinking that shit.
Of chicken wings and shit, right? Chicken wing sauces. You're putting liquor up in the fucking sauces. You're doing all this crazy shit. My man Vice down in Florida, come up right now on the spot, custom wing flavor. What do you got?
Custom wing. I mean, shit, my go-to usually, I mean, it ain't custom, but I do the hot garlic, you know what I'm saying? Hot buffalo, minced garlic, you know what I'm saying?
They used to call me.
Okay, that shit sound good.
Yeah, that shit, it's fire. Dip it in the blue cheese. That's my shit. Cause you know, a lot of times hot's kind of hot, but you add that minced garlic, it gives you that little extra kick, you know? Custom shit. I do like you know, I'm down here in Miami, so I have to do like Caribbean style. I do like a smoked jerk and lime with like lime citrus.
Yeah, you can't lose with that.
Sounds fine.
You know what I'm saying? So you could, you know, hit off, you know what I mean? A little bit of lime spritz on it, get that citrus, you know? It'll be fire. A little ranch dressing on the side.
Stop. Mitch, what's on your hat?
True definition.
Yeah, that shit fire right there.
Yes, sir. Nucleus, what's on your shirt?
YFDM lifestyle.
Yeah.
We just had to do a quick pause. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up. This right here is from you need to go visit selfmade937.com and buy some Ohio made hoodies and shit that I got.
Oh, that
right
shit
now.
hard right there.
Nice.
Michael Ford, Dayton, Ohio, represent selfmade937.com. Pick up some of that shit. Also,
They get like the wool print on it.
oh yeah, this shit is very, very
Yeah.
comfortable, very heavy.
Okay.
Quality
Everybody
shit.
repping their shit. That's what I'm talking
For
about.
all you little son of a bitches out
That's
there.
what I'm talking about.
That
Got the white
Ohio,
strip chain. Yeah.
oh yeah. That's what we call dangling on the Swanglin
Yeah,
show.
right there.
That's
Yeah.
half of the definition of the program is what you see right
You
there.
already know.
Now, on the last episode,
Exactly.
we had mentioned at one point, what would Swanglin be without Marinated Mitch, right? And we kind of gave Mitch his flowers right there because Swanglin wouldn't be Swanglin without Swanglin. And Marinated Mitch plays a big part in
It
what
would be
is Swanglin.
unmarinated.
So
Man,
since
let
we
that
got more extended version of the family today on the Swanglin show, I'm gonna have to ask the question today: what would Swanglin be without Rob Digital?
Man.
my biscuits, bitch.
It'd be 2D instead of 3D.
Man.
2D instead of 3. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Dangling.
So I think
I
the
don't think
butter
you
my
have
biscuits
Dangling
thing needs to be
without him.
explained at some point. Not today.
Well, I just want,
Not today.
I just want to point out, I
Yeah.
think it's cool. I mean, all the people you got on here, like every single person on here has got a little bit of their own unique characteristics that, personality to bring to the show. Like, we're all some different motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I mean, and I don't know everybody equally the same, but
Right.
we're all unique for sure.
Yep.
Oh yeah, what do you like about me, Bobby?
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about everybody else.
Okay, so we're gonna go into this next question. Still the red flags edition, episode 16 of the Swanglin show with myself, Joshua P. Dunn. Nucleus is in the building. Marinated Mitch is in the building. Robbie Digital is in the building. Vice Grip is in the house. CJ De Niro is on the call. And as always, it's a conspiracy family affair. So let's flip it upside down. Fuck the goddamn concept of the red flag in general, because we all have red flags. That's our own perception saying that we don't like something, when in reality, a lot of times it's something that we don't like about ourselves too, and we project it out to other people. So let's flip it upside down and talk about green flags. What's a green flag, Rob Digital? Tell me one thing in a relationship where you're like, yep, that's the shit. I love that.
Man, what I wanted to say isn't what I'm probably gonna say, but I don't know, man. I've been in a relationship for 5 years, so the only thing I could say is kind of going off the green flags I have in my relationship is, and it kind of relates to what we were talking about earlier, where somebody's like all about you and pretends to be interested in everything you're interested in. I think there's a difference between that and when you find somebody who is genuinely intrigued at the things you're into and interested in learning those things, like genuinely, not like pretend. Because I think when you meet a lot of times when you meet somebody for the first time, you meet their representative, and we all do it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you don't know, you're just feeling the situation out, so you don't quite know each other or whatever. But like over time is when you find out, like, does this person really care about the things I'm into? Are they really genuinely interested in it? And that would be a green flag, is when you find somebody that you can just you can tell it's real, like they're intrigued by you and interested in what you have to say and what you're doing, and they're asking questions, and vice versa. If you find somebody that's mutual with, they're not just interested in you, you're interested in them, and it stays that way, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, and you're still into each other. Like that's a hard find. I think when you find that, you got to hold on to that and run with it, because it's a hard find. Yeah. And I'll tell you, a lot of people will ask me, and by no means is my relationship perfect, but it's the first time in my lifetime I've been with somebody that I don't really fight with or argue with, aside from little bickering stuff. And people ask me, why, how is your relationship like that? What keeps you guys from fighting so much? And it's one word, and it was mentioned earlier. And I think it's the most important thing in any relationship, whether it's a baby mama who you're not with anymore or somebody you're dating, and that's compromise. You always have to be able to stop and say, even if you don't agree with that person or what they want or want to do, why do they want to do that? And can I meet in the middle? Is there a middle ground where we can both walk away from this with something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I
very
agree
important.
100% with what he said.
You agree with what he's saying, CJ?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like when you find somebody that's like that really gives a shit about you and what you're into, like it's genuine. You can't beat that. And that's one thing I found in my relationship is like she actually gave a shit about the stuff that I do. Like she wants to see Nunu's Kitchen prosper. She wants to see CJ De Niro go further with the music. She wants to see YFGM lifestyle succeed. And vice versa. Like I want to see all her stuff succeed. So it's easier then because it's not a one-sided thing. When she's giving and you're giving, it motivates me to do better as a boyfriend, as a man too. You know, so when you got somebody that genuinely cares about you and what you're into, that shit means a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that shit means a whole lot.
Yeah, it really does. That's something that kind of I would like to touch base on a little bit, because when it seems like things are reciprocal and you get back what you put into anything, whether it be a personal relationship, business endeavor, you know, time spent somewhere, or, you know, anything from that regard, that you accept that what you get in is what you put back. So to see scenarios that do become reciprocal is something that we need to definitely point out and notice as a green flag on the Swanglin Show, episode 16, right? So somewhere in the United States, I don't know where exactly it resides at right now. There is an article of furniture that badly wants to reciprocal communicate with you, Kyle.
Yeah. Down in Jonesboro.
Boy, lazy boy. Man.
I've heard this story too many times.
One day,
Hey, you come home and your couch is sticky.
hey, Vice, representing South Florida, conspiracy family. What's a major green flag?
Shit, a major green flag for me. Really, like I know people was talking about like being supportive. For me to be like before a girl or a significant other could really support you, they got to understand you. So you know, understanding for me is the main thing. Like when someone wants to like learn about you and spend the time that it really takes to truly do that, they'll have an understanding of why you do what you do. So then, you know, when they look at you doing something, they're gonna be like, you know, they may bitch about it, but they're gonna be like, I understand. And that is also a foundation in communication, because communication is very important, but it don't matter if you guys are talking a lot if neither side is understanding each other. So to me, understanding is a foundation. So like, you know, it's hard to get to that level, but at least like the interest to try to understand your partner, your significant other, you know, that's a major green flag. You know, just asking them if you don't understand something, why they did it, and then trying to figure out, you know, like where they're coming from with things. Because like shit, me and my ex, we lived together for almost 3 years. And she would say, well, I'm from Georgia. This word means this over here. And I'd be like, well, this word means this to me. So we were having two different language conversations because she was taking the meaning of what I was saying differently than my intention of saying it. And it caused a lot of conflict and unnecessary arguments because we just didn't understand each other.
Story of my life. I'm gonna show you an example, okay? Just I mean, and it's not necessarily the exact same, but like when my kid's mother, we're out of milk, okay? She'll come in there and she'll say, we're out of milk. And I'm like, okay, do you want some money for some milk, or do I need to go get the milk? Are you gonna watch the, you know, I got questions, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, that ain't full. Like I don't understand exactly what you're wanting, you know? And man, that causes so many arguments, just small shit, just like that right there. And
Yeah.
This is not
it ain't
communicating.
gonna make no difference. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change how we feel about each other. It's just some bullshit that ain't even gonna fucking matter, you know? But I swear, that's the story of my life, man. I'm always trying to understand what the hell a motherfucker is wanting, you know? And
Yeah.
they can't just communicate properly and say, hey, we're out of milk. Can you please go to the store and get some milk?
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
very
You
important.
know? And
It's very
if it came off like that, you know, they would get a totally different response too, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like, or we out of milk, you know, like
Yeah.
we need some milk. Do you care to go get some? You know,
Yeah.
and that's with everything, you know. And when you got somebody that can't communicate like that, and you fight and bicker about that about everything,
Yep.
like it's so
Yeah.
tiring. I'm not gonna lie.
It used to drive me nuts because, like you said, it's with everything. And it's like, yo, if we can't even talk to each other and not turn it into, you know, that whole thing, like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Communication and understanding are huge deals, right? Just in life in
Mhm.
general. So
Yeah.
if you're listening to the Swanglin show, here's one thing that you need to understand is that it is the conspiracy family and it is Swanglin for life on the line. I got the whole, pretty much damn near the whole family
Yeah, the whole
popping in
squad. Damn
on
near.
the Swanglin show over the last couple of weeks, and as we go forward to set it off, and as I communicate to you that it's going down like a lesbian. It's been episode 16 of the Swanglin show. I want to give special thanks to all the homies that keep coming through and popping out on the Swanglin show. My boy Mitch Millions representing Jonesboro, Arkansas in the building as always. True definition. My man Vice Grip, South Florida, Broward County. I want to come back down there and get some guava pastries. I feel like I deserve it.
Hollywood, like,
My
9
man
different
Robbie
stores. You already know
Digital.
what we're talking about.
My man Robbie Digital is in the house for the first time ever on the Swanglin show. Robbie Digital, you know what I'm saying, is the man. If you need some fucking custom gear, you need to holler at NG Design,
Bobby.
Custom Apparel LLC. You need some
Yeah.
fire-ass music production. This dude right here, top left corner, Robbie Digital, one of the best that can hook you up proper like.
Oh yeah.
You very much, sir, for coming in and joining on the Swanglin show. My man CJ De Niro, Conspiracy Family Original, Cincinnati, Ohio, represent Avondale.
Yeah.
No.
YFGM
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me
You know
some
what
new
I'm
news
saying?
soon.
Hey man, wherever y'all we come through, man, let me know.
The unofficial
All right.
king of the wing, CJ De Niro. Thank you very much
King
for
of the
coming and
wing.
having parts. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
always, my man Ted Kaczynski, Kyle Holsinger, the Unabomber,
Lazy boy.
the lazy boy.
I do got one thing to kind of wrap it up a little bit. The green flags, though, that I look for is accountability, taking responsibility, and to wrap it all up with a lot of the stuff you guys are saying. I went down to Atlanta, was visiting some family one time, and they were married for 25 plus years. I asked what the secret was, and they said there's 3 C's, dude: communication, consideration, and compromise. And
That's it.
I never forgot that,
100%.
dude. If you communicate or considerate and compromise, you can get through anything. And then also, don't go to bed angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never go to bed angry on
Yep.
the Swanglin Show, episode 16. Stay tuned in at swanglin.com and follow us on all social media at either swanglin.com or the Swanglin Show. As always, Joshua Dunn in the building with my motherfucking family. It's going down. Rick's dangling.
Yeah.